Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, the National Anthem, and the alma mater. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Not yet, sorry.
Never mind.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Join hands and voices sing as one in friendship unified, with loyalty that forms a bond made strong by Chatham pride. May her torch of learning light our ways, may we never forget our cougar days, and evermore will loudly praise our noble Chatham High.
Please be seated.
Hello. Hey everyone. Sitting under this killer sun in formal attire is definitely not ideal, so those of you who are sitting in the bleachers, I send my sincere condolences. Anyway, let me preface this by saying I honestly wrote the majority of this in the past 12 hours, so don't clown me if I fumble over my words or something. Didn't have much time to practice thanks to procrastination, but that's all right. Just bear with me for like 3 minutes. I'd like to begin by sincerely congratulating all my classmates on graduating. More so, I'd like to recognize all of your accomplishments throughout high school. Over these past 4 years, we've all dedicated our time and energy to some area or another, whether it was academics, music, theater, athletics, or a personal hobby. This commitment to hard work came with sacrifices. As you venture into college and beyond, just remember to maintain a sustainable balance between hard work and leisure. At the end of the day, your mental health should take precedence over everything. While our path to graduation was mainly a result of our own personal efforts, we certainly received some support along the way. I'd like to acknowledge our parents, the amazing faculty at CHS, and a group of people who often go unrecognized, the administration. Some people who are simply misguided think that the only reason the administrators are here is to punish us for when we act out of line. But in reality, the sussy little bakas sitting behind me are actually some of our greatest supporters. While the time I spent in Mr. Grove's office discussing my horrid attendance record may have not actually led to improved attendance on my end, it certainly did show me that he truly cares about the well-being of his students and wants to ensure that they receive the best possible education at CHS, which is obviously compromised if you're tardy every single day. So thank you to the administration for your continued support over the years. I would like to end my speech with a quote from the pop culture icon, Nicki Minaj. You know what inspires me? Fearlessness, drive. I hate lazy people. Barb, stay in school. Don't you ever be lazy. Don't you ever complain about hard work. Work hard, it pays off. Shout out to the Barbs, and Nicki we trust. And on that note, happy graduation. Thank you.
Each year, the senior class votes for a staff member to be recognized for the Distinguished Teacher Award. This year's recipient is someone who has earned the respect from his colleagues and has made an impact on the students he teaches each day. This year's Distinguished Teacher plaque reads, "The Distinguished Teacher Award is presented by the graduating class of 2021 with sincere appreciation for sharing your love of literature and fascination with film, and for encouraging each of us to play the protagonist in our own life story." The senior class has selected Mr. Nick Aguiles. I would like to begin the recognition of the Chatham High School 2021 Senior Scholarship recipients by presenting the Principal's Cup to our valedictorian, Thomas Marino. And our salutatorian, Isabella Hoey. At this time, I would like to ask John Casano-Boris and Dennis Moynihan to please stand and be recognized. Both John and Dennis have accepted appointment into the Naval Academy. I would also like to recognize Leah Casano-Boris and Alexandria Zykes, as they have been accepted into the ROTC program at the school in which they'll be attending. All 4 students will be serving our country following their college graduation. Mr. Walker and Mrs. Duranda will continue announcing our scholarships and recipients. I ask that you hold your applause until the last scholarship is announced, when all recipients will stand to be recognized as a group.
Good afternoon. We now have the pleasure of announcing this year's Community Scholarships recipients. Seniors, if your name is called, please stand in place briefly to be recognized and then be seated. Family and friends, kindly hold your applause until the end when all the scholarships and recipients have been announced.
American Legion Post Number 92 Scholarship, John T. Casano-Boris.
Art League of the Chathams, Ava Rose Tesorio.
Susan G. Bronstein Memorial World Language Scholarship, Olivia McCoy Garman.
Bertha Barmakian Aspiring Artist Scholarship, Ava Rose Tesorio.
Coach Barmakian Sportsmanship Scholarship, Charlotte Smith Hamilton.
Chatham High School Athletic Boosters Most Accomplished Athlete Scholarships. Jack Philip Kuppenheimer. Alexa Hope Lee.
Chatham Community Players Lee E. Nordholm Scholarship, Caitlin Grace Bailey.
Chatham Education Association Scholarship, Nikki Lurs.
Christine K. Grober, Chatham Emergency Squad Scholarship, Claire Jane Silverstein.
Chatham Fishawak Festival, Inc. Scholarship, Cameron Faith Grant.
Chatham Borough Scholarship Fund, Evelyn Ann Von Heil.
Chatham High School PTO Scholarships, Leah C. Casano-Boris, Carlin Elizabeth Chazen, Michael DiMaggio, Sean Dutton, Isabella Annette Hoy, Thomas Mateo Marino, Andrew James Palmieri, and Grace Peterson.
Chatham Historical Society Margaret Kiesler Scholarship, Caitlin Emily Osacha.
Chatham JC Scholarship, Michael DiMaggio and Owen L. Chupo.
Chatham Kiwanis Scholarships, Leah C. Casano-Boris, Sean Dutton.
Chatham Township PBA Scholarships, Morgan Connor, Michael DiMaggio.
Chatham Performing Arts Booster Scholarships, Band Scholarship, Evelyn Ann Tamaro. Choral Scholarship, Naomi Lynn Boyd. Orchestra Scholarship, Elise Marie Ruggiero. Theater Scholarship, Shobit Sammer.
Multiple Discipline Scholarships, Catherine Ann Cavanes, Zachary Thomas Osucha.
Chatham Rotary Scholarship, Catherine Lucia Caracciolo. Gregory Lewis Himstreet. Brenda Jaroker.
Chatham Sparks Softball Scholarship, Kayla Danielle Friedman. Julia Estelle Yuknowitz.
Democratic Scholarship Committee of the Chatham Scholarship, Thomas Patrick Highland.
Greater Lafayette Classic Service Scholarships, Christopher Cooper Kyoto. Isabella Louisa Spagnolo.
Green Village Volunteer Fire Department Scholarship, Isabel Louisa Spagnolo.
Vivian K. Hill School District of the Chathams, County College of Morris Scholarships. Miguel Nino Villacorta Adaya. Camila Castro.
Austin O'Huey Scholarships of the Community Foundation of New Jersey, Brandon Jack Loopy.
Investors Bank Scholarship, Chatham Branch, Thomas Mateo Marino.
Patricia Jones Scholarship, Lauren Taylor Clark. Madison Lodge number 93, Free and Accepted Masons, Philip T. Sproul Scholarship, Emma Grace Diadesio.
Patrolman Anthony J. Pariso Scholarship, Amelie Shrinivis.
Jamie Panner Scholarship, Julia Estelle Yuknowitz.
Paul E. Harris Memorial Great Reunion Award, Gianna Lynn Lattori.
Edward Joseph E.J. Schmeltz Scholarship, Aditya R. Polavarapu, Erin Grace Zuki,
Jane and Ken Scroll Scholarship, Luke Gerard McAloon,
Lewis R. Sheets Scholarships, Braden William Almgren, Morgan Connor, Maya Cadwallader Horowitz,
Stephen Yohe Scholarship, Ife Leu,
Peter W. Stoser Scholarship, Marcel Kripzak. At this time, would all scholarship recipients please stand to be recognized as a group? Congratulations to all, and please be seated.
Good afternoon. Today is a special moment for Chatham High School, our seniors, and their families. In just a short while, you will all be confirmed as high school graduates as the class of 2021. Today is a time for celebrating not only the last 4 years of high school, but the last 13 years, since September 2008, when most of you began kindergarten. Today and in the coming weeks is a time to reflect on the experiences you've had during that time, to talk with family and friends and reminisce about the great memories you've had, but also to talk about the challenges you faced. When you entered Chatham High School 4 years ago, you were all encouraged by the administration and staff to select an appropriate course load and to get involved in the high school community beyond the classroom. You were encouraged to try out for our different athletic programs, to participate in our music, theater, and art programs, and to join one or more of our 70 high school clubs. It was important to us that you took advantage of everything that the high school had to offer so that you can follow your interests and interact with your peers and advisors outside of the academic setting. The skills you would learn in those different settings would help guide you in determining where you think you may see yourself after high school, in college, and potentially a career. Many, if not most of you, did exactly that. You selected appropriate courses and you got involved in the school community. Each of you studied hard to be successful in your academics, much the same way you did in middle school. Many of you committed a lot of time and energy to your extracurricular activities and athletics. You trained to improve your skills so that you can be the best that you can be. That also started well before high school for most of you. All that time, you knew that you wanted to be successful. You knew what it was going to take to be successful, and you knew that you had teachers and other staff to support you on your path to success. This has prepared you for your future, as it is that same effort and work ethic that will be needed for future success. The other path that will lead you to success in all aspects of your life is your ability to identify challenges, adjust your plan, and stay focused on your goals. While there are sometimes challenges that can be expected, the more difficult ones are the ones that you would never expect. 15 months ago, we were all faced with an unexpected challenge, COVID-19. It was expected at that time that we would have to adjust our instruction for a couple of weeks, but that we'd return to school before the end of the year. That didn't happen. You were then challenged starting your senior year with a hybrid schedule, which we'd never done before. Unfortunately, things did not get better, and we quickly saw that this schedule would be your experience for the majority, if not the rest of your senior year. On top of that, a number of you had to deal with either isolating or quarantining at some point over the last 10 months. I don't make this a point to remind you of what you didn't get to do during senior year. I remind you of this because you're all sitting here today, about to graduate, after facing one of the most unexpected challenges you have ever had to face, and you succeeded. You were all forced into virtual learning for 3 months last year, and you made it through. You entered into brand new courses this year on a hybrid schedule, something you'd never done before, and you succeeded. You adjusted to the change in instruction and the different platforms that were used by your teachers, and you succeeded. None of this was easy, and I strongly believe there were days when it felt overwhelming or unbearable. During those times, I'm sure you reached out for support or dug a little bit deeper to get through particular assignments or difficult days. It wasn't easy, but you faced the unexpected and you succeeded. Though you would have been prepared for the next steps if this was a typical senior year, I do believe that what you've learned this year, how you adjusted to the circumstances, and how you stayed focused on your goals has proven your strength and determination for success when faced with the unexpected. As you leave Cougar Field tonight, as graduates, you and your parents should feel proud of what you've accomplished and know that you are well prepared for anything life may throw your way, whether it's expected or unexpected. Thank you all for the part you've played in making Chatham High School what it is today. Dr. LaSousa, I present to you the class of 2021.
Thank you, Mr. Groh. Thank you, parents and grandparents and family members and faculty. Graduates, here we are. Easy peasy. I figured I'd make two confessions to you today. The first confession is that this is my 20th year working in Chatham, and I've seen a lot of classes come into the high school and then exit. But if I'm being honest, I think that the class of 2021 is the best one. No disrespects to any alumni in the house today, and I'm not saying that because I feel bad for you or I am trying to express sympathy for all that you've been through. Of the many irritations and frustrations I've felt over the past 15 months, one of them is when I hear people say something like, "This has been a lost year. The students have lost out on so much." I don't view it that way. In terms of you and what you've done this year, I don't view this as a year of losses. I view it as a year of gains. And I earnestly believe that you are better equipped and better prepared to do what you're going to do next than any class that came before you. You tell me what other group of learners that has left Chatham High School, or any other high school for that matter, tell me what group of them has had to develop the kind of capacity for self-direction or self-discipline than you have. Who has had to be more resilient or creative or innovative in their thinking than you have? Who has had to find ways to connect with other human beings, both physically in ways that we always took for granted, and also virtually? And I'm not talking about Snapchat. What I mean is working with your peers to complete a product and deliver something and enter into breakout rooms and exit breakout rooms and reconvene and share your work. Nobody has had to do that before. And I'm not the only one who's going to notice that or care about that. I've read multiple surveys in the past month about employers and companies and what their intentions are in the future moving forward. And a sizable percentage of them plan to operate their businesses or companies on a model whereby the employees come to work 3 or 4 days a week and work remotely from home 1 or 2 days a week. A hybrid type of work model. Who's better prepared at doing that than you? Nobody I can think of. So when you leave here and you hear some chatter about what you lost out on, don't buy it. You have advantages over other folks because of the strengths and the capacities that you've developed over the past 15 months. My second confession is that 10 and a half months ago or so, right before Labor Day weekend, I had absolutely no idea how this school year would turn out. I couldn't sleep. I had anxiety. I was worried. I was scared. I was concerned that the decisions that I was making, with the help of many folks, including the ones up on this stage and seated all around you guys today, might not be the right ones. If you ever hear someone tell you that they have it all figured out or that the answer to every question is an easy one, don't believe them, because they're either lying or they're just not that bright. I didn't have it all figured out, and yet all year long, people have been thanking me. Parents have been thanking me from September 8th right until today. Faculty, teachers, colleagues in other districts, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I think it's ironic because I didn't have it all figured out, and I feel like I'm the one who should be thanking you. You guys were the ones who were in the balance, and you were the ones who rolled with it. You were the ones who stayed positive. You all were role models for other students in this district. By and large, for the most part, you did what your teachers were asking you to do. You did what Mr. Groh and his team was asking you to do. When we hit some rough patches, and we did, you held it together, you put one foot in front of the other, and now here we are. So thank you. And having said that, I've never been happier to say to the parents and the grandparents, family members, faculty, members of the Board of Education of the School District of the Chathams, and that's your cue to rise if you could. With the authority given to me by the state of New Jersey and the Board of Education of the School District of the Chathams, I hereby certify the class of 2021, the best one.
Ready?
Anna Madeline Baird Hassel.
Thomas Mateo Marino.
Naomi Lynn Boyd.
Isabella Annette Hoy.
Catherine Ann Cavanis.
Benjamin Graham Goldfield.
Gregory Lewis Himstreet.
Samuel Frederick Hollander.
Elisa Joy Jordan.
Dennis John Moynihan. The third.
Samantha Rose Murphy.
Andrew James Palmieri.
Grace Elizabeth Peterson.
Christina Persky.
Samantha May Teisch.
Quinn Patry Williams.
Miguel Nino Villacorta Adalia.
Andrew Min Adamczyk.
Brooke Livia Adams.
Thomas H. Adamkowski.
Caroline Jane Agnew.
William Mark Augustinelli.
Mark Modesto Alvarez.
J.P. Allen.
Braden William Elmgren.
Megan Emily Alperowitz.
Adam Quincy Uncle.
Royce Ann Uncle.
Brendan Christopher Arias.
Lauren Arias.
Molly Francis Arnuck.
Caitlin Grace Bailey.
Rachel Ann Baker.
Frank Christopher Barbera.
Sarah Sinclair Barrett.
Haley Melissa Baumgartner.
Emma Victoria Bayard.
Hannah Bedell.
John Patrick Berger.
Max Hayden Berkson.
Sydney Grace Berkson.
Jack Billings.
Cole LeBlanc Bixby.
Jack Christopher Blanc.
Cleo Marina Bly.
Aiden Christopher Bodner.
Marco Carlo Patrick Bracco.
Michael Joseph Briganti.
Philippa Bruce Iverson.
Milos Francis Buberger.
Avery Elizabeth Buckman.
Lauren Helene Burke.
Luke Paul Burns.
McKenna Marielle Burns.
Anna Grace Butler.
Connor Sean Caden.
Grace Elizabeth Caparis.
Catherine Lucia Caracciolo.
Dominic John Carini.
Olivia Sarah Carls.
Chase Thomas Carlin.
John Thomas Casano Boris.
Leah Christina Casano Boris.
Christopher Paul Castello.
Camilla Castro.
Luke James Cecere.
Carlin Elizabeth Chazen.
Brandon Nicholas Chelov.
Rory Barton Chernosky.
Carla Julie Chevalier.
Christopher Cooper Kyoto.
Lauren Taylor Clark.
Tanner Matthew Clark.
Isabel Catherine Klein.
Thomas Kyle Cody.
Kelsey Renee Cohn.
Marcus Adam Colaco.
Benjamin Antonio Conklin.
Emma Marie Conklin.
Charles Joseph Conlon.
Constance Rose Conlon.
Morgan Connor.
Hannah Christian Conti.
Sienna Patrice Cooney.
Jessica Cooperman.
Samuel James Cooperman.
Nolan Costello.
Sebastian Thomas Cotter.
Samantha Lucia Coviello.
Taylor Ann Coviello.
Molly Ann Heather Coyne.
Jack Michael Crowley.
Declan Ronald Curry.
Emma Grace DeDesio.
Spencer Ann Darby.
Sarah Elizabeth Delaney.
Casey Robert Del Sandro.
Juliet Mason Deverin.
Jackson K. DeVico.
Paige Morea DiBiase.
Serena Cecilia DiDio.
Michael DiMaggio.
Harrison Joseph Dinhopt.
Maxwell Doyle Dinhopt.
Andrew Dougherty.
Kira Elizabeth Dougherty.
Kate Hasbrook Donsky.
Elizabeth Droner.
Cameron Druitt.
William Treat Duff.
Sean Dutton.
Cole Conrad Eckert.
Melek El Gabri.
Lily Elston.
Henry Nolan Epstein.
Bridget Eveleth.
Ahmet Fadiliolu.
Alp Fidiliohu.
Ava Elizabeth Fekete.
Erin Eileen Fell.
Danielle Elizabeth Fernandez.
Joshua Fernandez.
Daniel Peter Fisher.
Jack Douglas Fitzgerald.
Teresa Inez Ford.
Mariah Lynn Forno.
Liam Adam George Fox.
Kayla Danielle Friedman.
Catherine Mary Gallagher.
Olivia McCoy Garman.
Isabella Catherine Januso.
Ryan Grant Gibbons.
Shannon Nancy Gilfillan.
Charles Glunk.
Joseph David Glynn.
Peter R. Gadziella.
Benjamin Edward Goldberg.
Mackenzie Hannah Golden.
Anthony Connor Gonzalez.
Cameron Faith Grant.
Finn William Grosso.
Suri Gulmas.
Cara Grace Guimond.
Julia Ann Garando.
Yanying Guo.
Elizabeth Margaret Hale.
Emma Devon Haberman.
Jaden Raphael Helkiopoulos.
Charlotte Smith Hamilton.
Joseph Richard Arms.
Andrew Mitchell Harper.
Jason Thomas Herr.
Caleb Reese Hollander.
Veronica Tanaho Chinchance Hodap.
Maya Cadwallader Horowitz.
Marshall Hong. Olivia Nicole Huffman.
Molly Bridget Youth.
Thomas Patrick Highland.
Suhaib Adam Iqbal.
Edward Alvin Irwin.
Dennis Isaac.
Nathan Michael Uzzolino.
Sarah Jane Uzzolino.
Christian Rafal Ivancic.
Ainsley Jacoban.
Dhruv Jadhav.
Brenda Jaroker.
Nina Michelle Govello.
Alicia Jaworska.
Jason Chen Jiang.
Nicholas Michael Jones.
Sonia Julius.
Aiden Eric Kagan.
Iona Miriam Kalika.
Sydney Helen Kanek.
Julia Irene Karski.
Sean Michael Keenan.
Ari Kim.
Ian Michael Kish.
Corbin Frederick Kleinley.
Casey Emily Knezovic.
Griffin Michael Kaloji.
Lara Grace Mary Kaloji.
John P. Kowalczyk.
Marcel Kripzak.
Jack Philip Kuppenheimer.
Sophia Mary Francesa Lally.
Thomas Lamar.
Olivia Larson.
Gianna Lynn Lattori.
Amelia Grace Lechner.
Alexa Hope Lee.
Maya Isabella Lee. Hannah Lane LaRue.
Katie Levitt.
Benjamin Michael Lieberman.
Ife Liu.
Kyle David Lobosco.
Katrina Eileen Logston.
James Thomas Lord.
Brandon Jack Loopy.
Greta Jade Luria.
Nikki Jean Lurs.
Tanae Mala.
Lily Reese Manning.
Abril Macarena Manrique Palacios.
Jacob Merrick Matthews.
Ava Grace May.
Luke Gerard McAloon.
Sean Michael MacArthur.
Eve Powers McBride.
Grace Elizabeth McCormack.
Timothy John McAvoy.
Peyton Ann McGarry.
Anna Catherine McGow.
Oliver Wicks McGrath.
Julia Ray McNamara.
Carrie Elizabeth McNellis.
Ryan Thomas Julian McWalters.
Daniel Z. Melgarejo.
Talia Varid Miller.
Alyssa Nicole Mojares.
Samuel Joaquin Molina III.
Christopher Michael Moran.
Molly Elizabeth Muir.
Annika Isabel Newman Lorick.
Annabelle Lee Nooner.
Quinn Mateo Newman.
Allison Rose O'Brien.
John Gerald O'Connell. Chris Christopher Scott O'Neill.
Casey P. O'Reilly.
Kellen Patrick Orr.
Caitlin Emily Osuchin.
Zachary Thomas Osucha.
Luke Michael Pacquiao.
Nareg Panosian.
Alyssa Nicole Payon.
Sarah St. Clair Paul.
Megan Genevieve Peebles.
Eve Louise Pelkey.
Sean Anthony Pellegrin.
Nicholas Joseph Peter.
Joseph Edwin Peterson.
James Edward Platek.
Aditya Polavarapu.
Paula Liana Polishuk.
Sonia Prochi.
Caroline Grace Quinn.
Emily Gabriela Rafa.
Mahika Ramprasad.
Lucas Marlon Reasons.
Celia Catherine Reddington.
Matthew Riley.
Callie Samantha Riabov.
Hallie Alexis Riabov.
Zachary Ryan Ryback.
Ozzy Maccabee Richmond.
Ava Lucia Rizzo.
Jason Steve Rivera.
Miles Christopher William Robertson.
John Paul Rowe.
Andrew Michael Romaine Martin.
Michael Joseph Romano.
Logan Gabriel Rooney.
Molly Isabel Rowland.
Claire Audley Rubacki.
Elise Marie Ruggiero.
Madeline Rose Russo.
Matthew Saluzzi.
Shobit Samer.
Joseph Sanchez.
Kailing Zhang Sathinath.
Ruby Elizabeth Sachs.
Laura Schockling.
Melanie Rebecca Schramm.
Ryan Charles Schwartz.
Ethan Joseph Schwinghammer.
Veloce Scott.
Molly Grace Shanley.
Rohan Sharma.
Tony Zemming Shen.
Noah Christopher Shaw.
Claire Jane Silverstein.
John Brian Schuster.
Jared Simonetti.
Jake Simonetti.
Joydeep Singh.
Jackson Roscoe Singer.
Ashley Marie Smith.
Caitlin Elizabeth Slattery. Samuel Aird Smith.
Whit Thomas Solak.
Andrew Conlon Spencer.
Isabel Louisa Spagnolo.
Dylan James D'Amato.
Amalie Srinivas.
Olivia Kerwin Stevens.
Benjamin Stevens.
Emma Madeline Stromberg.
Sophie Straka.
Matthew Stryzak.
Connor Daniel Strutton.
Natalie Elizabeth Sullivan.
Cullen Victor Stoochberry.
Omar Talal.
Olivia Rose Summers.
Ryan Henry Teisch.
Christian Robert Tartaglia.
Gemma Cornell Thorne.
Ava Rose Tesserero. Joseph Cohen Tavati.
Evelyn Ann Tamaro.
Duncan Torkelson.
Finn Daniel Torkelson.
Alex Francis Torioni.
Grace May Toscano.
Colin Yee Tracy.
Adam Michael Tracy.
Owen L. Trupo.
Stephen Lawrence Tully III.
Claire Jean Tooney.
Elizabeth Assunta Reed Twentyman.
Stephanie Immaculata Reed Twentyman.
Jessica Page Twynham.
Remy Ufile.
Kevin James Eulis.
David Undis.
Catherine Mary Valenti.
Riley Catherine Van Vliet.
Peter Logan Versch.
Jessica Grace Vespasiano.
Ava Elizabeth Voigt.
Ryan Alexander Sordillo.
Brooke Emily Wasserman.
Evelyn Von Heel.
Elizabeth Owens White.
Carissa Waring.
Thomas John White.
William Houghton White.
Robert King Wilmot IV.
Amanda Lee Williams.
Adam Yaknor.
Alexandra Zykes.
Preston Michael Yen.
Francisco Manuel Yanes.
Yiyao Zhang.
Julia Estelle Yuknowitz.
Avery Lauren Zagan.
Kate Ziegler.
Erin Grace Zuki.
Last one. Grace A. Zinn.
Good day. My name is Matthew Gilfillan. I'm the Vice President of the Board of Education of the School District of the Chathams. This is my 12th year serving on the Board of Education. So I'd like to thank Dr. LaSousa, the administration, our President Joe Weber, and my fellow Board of Education members for allowing me to speak today. First is the obligatory congratulations to the class of 2021. I will not give a speech today focusing on the usual cliches of how you guys are the future or how you've all been so massively impacted by this pandemic, as I'm pretty sure you're tired of hearing about it. What I would like to speak to you about today is a hash. When someone dies, on their tombstone is the year of their birth and death, and in between is a simple hash. That hash is somehow responsible for being reflective of all that that individual has done in their lives, a big job for a simple hash. Within this hash are multiple chapters that make up one's life. So many speeches implore you to think about the future, but I believe it is more important at the end of each chapter of your life to reflect on your past. It is this reflection that allows you to shape your future. Jim Valvano, a famous basketball coach that succumbed to cancer, said in his final speech that everyone should take time each day to laugh, cry, but most importantly to think. I agree with him, and here are some things I would like you all to think about. Recognize that for the most of you, you have spent 13 of your 18 years in the school districts of the Chathams. That's almost 75% of your life. This is all you've known. Recognize how lucky you are to all call Chatham home. Remember what made it special. These were some good times. For some, this experience may not have been great. I just want you to know that it's okay. Tomorrow, you all start a new chapter in life, and there is a massive world of opportunity out there just waiting for all of you. As C.S. Lewis said, there are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind. Reflect upon your life up to today's high school graduation. Most importantly, who you were on day one of high school and who you are now. Reflect on all of your experiences and decide the ones that you want to keep, disregard the bad, and think of who you want to become. Take the time now to reprioritize what's important to you. You've been pretty much told what to do until now, so it's time for you to reflect on what it is that you want. Spend some time thinking of what drove and inspired you. There is so much pressure in society today to live out the dreams of others and to conform to the wishes and demands of others. So much of our life is shaped and designed by others. It is now time to rise above these pressures and to use your experiences to shape who it is you want to be in the future. Others may not like your dreams, inspirations, or ideas, but they're yours. Create your own definition of what it means to be successful. We live in this crazy world where others' definitions of success put undue and unhealthy pressures on you. If it does not make you happy, it is not truly a success. Success is that awesome feeling of accomplishment. Successes are the events in life that make you smile. Successes are what make you dance when nobody's looking. The best is accomplishments come in all different sizes. Be proud of your little as much as your big successes. They all mean a lot and are what keep driving you forward. You're all members of what they refer to as Generation Z. Due to multiple reasons, some believe that you have all been forced to grow up a little bit too fast. You don't know what the world is like without technology. Scary as it seems, you all are actually older than the iPhone, which debuted in 2007. Take some time now to relax. Just be a kid. Go home and put the computers away until it's time to go to school in the fall. Talk to your parents about what it was like to grow up without social media and cell phones. It wasn't that bad. Give it a try. You may actually like it. Take some time now to slow life down a little bit. Reflect on your failures. It's okay to fail. Just because you did not accomplish something does not mean life is over. We were all granted an amazing thing, and it's called tomorrow. Nelson Mandela said, "Do not judge me by my successes. Rather, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again." Realize that while most graduates are around 18, all of you grow and mature at different times. So maybe you're not a straight A student, maybe you're not as socially mature as others, and maybe you weren't the team star. My point is, who cares? Your time will come. Just don't give up on yourself. Ignore those who may not believe in you. All you need in life is to believe in yourself. I love the story of President Bush when he spoke at Yale's graduation years ago. President Bush said the following: "To those of you who are graduating this afternoon with high honors, awards, and distinctions, I say, well done. And as I like to tell the C students, you too can be president." All of you have been blessed with talents, all different, many unique, but you have them. Recognize, embrace, and be proud of your talents. The use of your talents may not be for things that make you rich, but they are to be used for things that will make you happy. Take advantage of the talents and of the opportunity that you've been given, as this will lead you to who you were meant to be. Finally, I believe what is most important to do at the beginning of each chapter is set goals and dreams. More importantly, at the end of each chapter, when you sit down to reflect, have no regrets. So take chances, try things outside of your comfort area, push the envelope, climb that mountain, and always challenge your fears. But, and it is a huge but, do them because you want to, not because others want you to. As someone said, never regret. If it's good, it's wonderful. If it's bad, it's just an experience. So all I'm asking you to do now is spend some time reflecting on your last 18 years of what will be the first chapter of your hash. What is so great about life is it is made up of so many chapters. Just try and make each one a little bit better than the last. To the parents out there, for some, this is a second or third high school graduation, but for many, this is a first-time experience. So while we may have mumbled at times this year, "God, I can't wait for you to graduate as you're driving me insane," we actually are not really ready to see you guys go. We are simply ending or nearing the end of one of our chapters. All good, but I'm sure we all wish it just didn't happen so fast. In closing, to the graduates, I say this and on behalf of your parents. Remember that first and foremost, you are our children. We cannot be more proud of you. Never forget that a parent's love is unconditional. Never think there is something that is more important than your family. Never think there is anything more special than life. Never think there is a reason you can't ask us for help, no matter how bad it is. But recognize in the end, what matters most in life is happiness. Happiness is contagious to those around you. But for your parents, your happiness is a daily reminder that you are okay, and that's all we really ever care about. Good luck to the class of 2021. Now, will the class of 2021 please stand up? Move your tassel from the right to the left, and remember, you're all in this together. Go ahead.
Thank you.